Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanksgiving is here. It's bright and early. It's not that bright. Whatever, the sun's out. It's Thursday. I hope you are about to eat turkey in the next 8 hours. There are some football games today, everybody. All right, and we can go over last week because I'm back from the West Coast on the East Coast. It's a little chillier, but I'm glad to be here. And up early. I should be sleeping late. I don't know why. Sleep's all screwed up, right? Time zones do that. Anyway, it was a great week last week. We went 10-4. Things have really gotten better. These are the results over the first 11 weeks of the season. Things started off a little slow. We have these bumps in the road every 3 weeks or so. I hope 3, 6, 9. I hope 12 isn't like that. I have a better feeling this week based on the schedule. But you can see we're getting a little greener here. Up in percentage really. With correct 10-4. And here's what I really liked about last week. When we look at week 11 here, take a look at this. This was really, I was in Las Vegas for week 10 and week 11. However, I take it back. I didn't make it there before the Sunday games. I didn't make it till Monday, so I didn't get to bet any real money on these games. But look at this. Look at how awesome this was. I heard through the rumblings in Vegas that there was a lot of pissed off people at this Kansas City Giants game. 12-9. Boy, I bet if you had a bet on will there be no touchdowns in the Kansas City Giants game, you would have won $1 billion. And you would have won. I don't think there was a touchdown in that game. So, wow, that's weird. Other than that, look, Jacksonville held on. Saints, Pats, Raiders, Steelers, Eagles. Eagles over Cowboys. That's nice to see. Eagles real solid this year. Houston, Arizona's bad. It was kind of an easy week for a lot of things. Then you're lucky. You get Tampa Bay over Miami. Here was the interesting one. Minnesota's looking better than you'd think, and so they're beating teams pretty handily. And I think Minnesota's actually going to hold on this week. I'll show you too in week 12. Detroit does beat the Bears. The Bengals beat the Broncos. I had that in my file. That was interesting. The Broncos are just miserable, and the Chargers are looking a little stronger now and waking up late in the season. Green Bay without a father. There's no Rodgers in Green Bay. So Baltimore takes care of them, and then so barely missed. So these very low percentage games we missed, right? So those are ones I say stay away from. I say do everything 25% and above, and you would have been 7-1 if you had done that. And then even if you went all the way down to here, you got another 3-1. So really good week. So let's take a look at week 12. All right, I brought in the new stats, and we've also got Thanksgiving games to talk about. So here's what the overall Week 12 looks like right now. Jacksonville, I used to say never play on Jacksonville. I could look over the history of how many times we've had Jacksonville as a team of reference in here. You can do weird things like switch this stuff around by saying move team. There's some fun stuff that you can do. When we've had Jacksonville as a favorite, we've been right 57.1% of the time. You can start doing some fun stuff here. You can actually see this for every team. I hadn't thought about doing this. But this is only when we had them as a favorite. To look at all their games, we'd have to restructure the pivot table a little bit. And it's even more complicated than me to think about. We've had the Chargers favored twice and been right. Wow, we favor the Saints a lot and they win. That's interesting. I had not seen that before. Yep, of course, I know I love the Eagles. This is fun to look at it this way. Anyway, I hadn't done that before. All right, so back to week 12. I think that I really like a lot of the games in this week, and I think the file is going to go. I think the file is going to win. I think the file is going to win this game. I haven't made a lock of the week pick yet, but we'll talk about every game first. I think the file is going to win almost every game this week. So Arizona's pretty bad. The Jags seem to be more consistent than you'd think. I do like that. I think that's going to happen. Definitely the Pats over the Dolphins. This is not going to be one of those weeks where, I don't know, the Pats have really got their act together. And they scream consistency at this point in the season when they're doing this. So I'm just going to stick with them. Seattle over San Francisco. There's some weird stuff that happened last time Seattle and San Francisco played, where I think San Francisco scored 20 points in the fourth quarter to only lose by 2 and cover the spread. Watch out for weird stuff here. Watch out for weird stuff, but Seattle's probably going to win that game. I like Carolina over the Jets, even in New York. That's fine. Okay, Cincinnati over Cleveland. This one, watch out for. Watch out. I'll tell you why. Cleveland's going to probably not go 0-16. It's either going to be this week or next week that they're going to win, I think. And so I think that Cleveland could pull this one off. This one, watch out. I would not take Cincinnati here, even though Cincinnati did just win last week. This is a battle of ugly Ohio, so be careful. Skins, this is a Thanksgiving game. This is Thanksgiving tonight. This is 80-30. I do like the Skins over the Giants, even though the Giants just beat the Chiefs. I guess the Giants are recovering a little bit injury-wise. The Skins are demoralized after blowing a humongous lead, I think, against the Saints. But the Saints are a good team. The Skins are pretty, so this is good. I'm going to make the Skins the lock of my week. I don't think I've made them the lock of my week. I do think the Skins are going to win. It's really not the best choice this week. It's not the most, like, you know, these games up here are more likely that these teams are going to win. But I like this. I want to root for the Skins tonight, so I'm going with them. All right, Chiefs and the Bills. Chiefs are going to want to atone for last week. This is going to happen. The Chiefs are going to beat the Bills in Kansas City, I think so. Yes, in Kansas City. Philly and Chicago. Yeah, Philly continues to win, definitely. I put Philly, this is probably like the second or third most likely win of the week right here. The Bears are okay, but the Philly's going to win. I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit, but I don't think so. They're looking good. Let them keep rolling. Tennessee and Indianapolis. So with Tennessee and Indianapolis, you know that Indianapolis doesn't really like to win games. They just don't feel like they're a team that can win. And Tennessee will probably take them down. So I kind of agree with the file, but you know, who wants to put faith in Tennessee? Atlanta should beat Tampa Bay. The Steelers are going to beat a Roger-less Green Bay. Minnesota, I do think that game is going to probably have some points in it, and I think it's going to be sort of close. Minnesota probably wins like 31-28 or something. I like Minnesota in that game. Then we start to get into the lower percentage results from the file, 18%, 15%, stuff like that. I don't know about Baltimore and Houston. Baltimore has been iffy. Oakland, because Denver's not playing with any heart, I feel like, right? And this game's in Oakland too, so probably Oakland wins. The Saints are a strong team, and the Rams can score too. I see points in that game, just like what happened with the Skins this time. And can they pull it together and win? Maybe. I think the Rams could let the Saints win that game. Then the Chargers and Dallas, that's just a toss-up. Flip it around. Who knows? It's even showing that the predictive point scoring is actually showing that the Rams and the Cowboys both beat the Saints and the Chargers. So there's like a disagreement between the win percentage and the potential points. And whenever that happens, it always makes me wonder, you know, which you can see just what a toss-up it really is. So I'll stop saying really. After viewing all of these games and seeing how the win strengths are showing, it seems as though the first 4, 6, 8, 10. How many games are there this week? I don't know. I like almost all of those top 8 or 9 games, really, with the exception of watching out for the Bengals, because you never know if Cleveland's actually going to win the game this year. This might be it, the Battle of Ohio, essentially. But call my Skins the lock of the week. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. The file's going to win. Let's try to hit 10. Definitely, I think the file does more than 75% this week. It looks that good. So good luck, everyone, and may your teams be winning.